can't wait for what's next.
It is currently 9:22 p.m. on a Monday. It is the 13th of January 2025, and this is the start of my journey, I guess. So a bit about me. I am 17 years old. I go by the name Scoes online, but my real name is Kalen. I live in Central Coast Australia. I've grown up here my entire life. It's amazing, the beaches are amazing, people are amazing, so nothing to complain about there. And obviously, considering I'm 17 years old, this is my last year of school, so I'm in year 12 this year. And at the end of this year, I am finished with school. I'm not going to university, so this is literally my last year ever at school. So a bit about my money journey. It's been pretty rocky, to be honest. I've never found something and stuck with it. I've always just been jumping to the next thing, hoping something would just magically make me a millionaire. But so when I was 14 years old, I got a job at a cafe working as a dishwasher. So I'd literally just scrub dishes for like $11 an hour. I worked there for about a year and a half. It shut down. And then when I was 15, I worked at a dinner place and I did the exact same thing. I would just scrub dishes for literally $12.73 an hour at 16 years old. So I worked at that place from about November 2022 to January 2024, and on the 15th of January 2024 I decided I've had enough of this. Like, the money is just genuinely not worth the time I was putting into it. So I talked to my boss and basically quit the job and had no idea what I was going to do, but I just knew I was going to make something work. And shortly after quitting, like over the next couple months, I jumped from hustle to hustle. I was drop shipping, I was doing all sorts of things. So from January 2024 to about July 2024, I drop shipped about 3 to 4 different items. I was drop shipping a new item every month. Obviously now I regret that. I wish I stuck to one item the whole time, because obviously that would have worked. But instead I was just doing one item per month, and if it didn't work, I'll just go to the next item, and that just clearly didn't work. And I ended up making about $500 throughout the 4 or 5 month span I was doing it, and I barely even broke even. Like, it just was not worth it at all. I've done YouTube as well. I've grown multiple accounts to over 15,000 subscribers. I've done YouTube automation, I've done short form content, I've done brain rot content. I've literally done everything you can possibly think about on YouTube. I've done TikTok, I've done clip pages, I've worked for content creators as clippers, I've grown my own personal brand, gaming channel to over 125,000 followers on TikTok. I don't post that channel anymore, which I probably should, but I just don't enjoy gaming anymore. I haven't enjoyed gaming for the past 8 months, and I haven't actually touched a video game for 8 months, so that's one of the main reasons I haven't posted. But I'm planning on rebranding that channel to something new, or maybe selling the channel, but who knows, TikTok might get banned, so I literally do not know what the future is looking like for that channel. But yeah, on TikTok I've done everything. I've done clipping, I've just posted YouTube video, I've posted movie scene channels, I've done like literally everything on TikTok as well. And after doing TikTok on the side for a couple of years, I made a couple $1,000s, but like, it was nothing crazy considering I was putting like tens of hours into this and getting out, maybe an average of like $15 an hour. It wasn't great money, but it was definitely better than working at a restaurant, so it was definitely more enjoyable as well. And then after doing TikTok for a few months, I then actually got a job as a cameraman for a real estate business. So I was coming to these random houses and just filming these real estate agents. They would just make content for their social media, and I was filming the videos for them, I was editing the videos for them, I was sending them the footage, and they were just posting it to their Instagram and stuff. And they never saw crazy success. To be fair, I wasn't the greatest at the time, but I was just a kid, like, what can you really expect? But I did earn about, I think it was about $80 an hour doing that. So I earned some decent money over about the 2 weeks that I did it before I got fired, because my quality of content was just not there. So I did that job for about 2 weeks, made like $1,000, and just got fired. So that obviously sucked, but it taught me a lot about quality production and just like, obviously quality over quantity and stuff like that. And on the side, I've always been a video editor. Like, since 2021, I'd always been editing videos for my YouTube, TikTok, everything. So over the years, I did get pretty good at video editing, you could say. And like, this video is edited by myself, obviously. I stumbled into, the video editing space, like freelance video editing, and I was just editing videos for like all sorts of content creators, from gaming, IRL videos, like vlogs. I would literally edit anything A to Z just to make a bit of money on the side. I had listings up on Fiverr, I had everything. And over the years, I did earn some pretty good money. I earned about 6-7 grand over the span of like a year and a half doing it. I worked for, my biggest ever client I worked for was Loser Fruit. So she has 5.1 million subscribers on YouTube. So I was simply hired to edit some of her short form content. So she had a full team of editors, and I would just edit about like one in every like 2 or 3 short short form videos she posted. These videos are going on a TikTok and YouTube page. So obviously that was some pretty good, very, very well paying work, you could say. Like I was earning pretty good money doing that. But I only worked with her for about 2 to 3 months until my position got replaced, as I wasn't producing good enough quality work. I was just so busy with school and life, I just couldn't keep up with the work. It was literally requiring me to do like 3 hours every day of work for this just one client. Keep in mind, I had like 3-4 clients. Like it was just not going to work out. Like, yeah, the money was great and everything, but it just simply was not going to work out. Like I just couldn't put, you know, the best quality in for us. So eventually, you know, after a couple months of working with her, I got replaced, which is fine with me. Like seriously, I could not keep up with the work. It was just not sustainable whatsoever. So after a few months of working with her, I ended up getting replaced. After working with Loserfruit and, you know, gaining that experience and, you know, working with tons of other content creators, I eventually just like got pretty bored of video editing. I just like could not like mentally do it. Like video editing isn't a hard job. Like, you know, you sit on your computer all day just clicking buttons and, you know, using your creativity to make videos. Like the job isn't hard. Like it's a pretty easy job, but it is mentally so draining. I mean, not many people talk about it, and like if you are a video editor, I know you can relate to this. Like it is just one of the most mentally draining jobs ever. Like clients are just pushing you to get everything done so quickly. Like, you know, if you have a bad day, you can't think straight, you can't, you know, get your creativity out, and then you produce bad work, then you have mad clients, and then, you know, just the job overall is very, very mentally draining, and I just could not deal with that anymore. So I eventually stopped video editing around mid 2024, and around the same time in 2024, like whilst I was still video editing, I actually started my own mousepad business. So I was selling mousepads for about 5 to 6 months. I made about $2,000 in sales over the span of like 6 months, 5 months. Like it wasn't great, to be honest with you, but that was profit. I made like $4,000 revenue off this, but it was just drop shipping. I was literally just getting these mouse pads off AliExpress for like $20 and selling them for like $35, $40. And after like editing costs, after like, you know, sponsorship costs, collaboration costs, I was barely even breaking even, and only walked away with about $2,000 profit after putting in like over 100 hours of work into it. So like obviously it was a massive learning curve for me, like running my first proper business. Like I learned so much from it. Like I seriously do not regret it at all. Like I'm happy I did it. Like I gained so much experience and knowledge from it, which still helps me today. And yeah, I'm just happy I did it. And then around the same time my mousepad business was coming to an end, around September 2024, I did a bunch of things. I was just scrambling to get any bit of money I could. I was making websites for people. I was outsourcing website work. So people would hire me to make their website, and I would just then basically go out and outsource the work and then take a bit of profit. I was just doing all sorts of stuff like that. I was also making people's YouTube video scripts. So I was actually, you know, writing out YouTube scripts myself with the use of AI, and just making, you know, polishing YouTube scripts, all sorts of stuff. I was helping with YouTube production. So I got into like YouTube production. So I sort of stopped making YouTube videos, and then I started like helping other creators make them. So I was helping make the titles, descriptions, helping with thumbnail optimization, all sorts of stuff, like editing, all sorts of stuff like that. And then around the same time, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, well, I've got, you know, I'm making video scripts, I'm helping with thumbnail optimization, I'm helping with like search optimization, I'm doing every little bit, you know, like why don't I just put it all together and make an agency, you know? So that's what I did. So late 2024, around, I think it was like October 2024, I just decided I'm gonna make a video production agency. So I started my own YouTube/TikTok like content creator video production agency, where I basically onboarded clients and would just help them with everything. I would do everything from A to Z. I was helping them with making their thumbnails, make their descriptions. I was helping them with like search optimization, video topics, like video editing, like the acting. I was helping them find actors for the videos. Like I was literally doing everything. I had a few clients over the months I did it. I had, you know, video editors that were constantly, you know, I was giving them work, and over the months I earned some pretty good money with it. Like I think one month, my best month doing this, I earned about $10,000. That was revenue. It was like $11,000 revenue, my best month in business, but that was about $4,000 profit, as, you know, I had a lot of costs, like video editors, like just everything, you know, it was just so costly. Like, and then over the month, you know, it just became less profitable. Like the clients were asking for so much work that like the editors were raising their prices. Everything was just sort of coming, you know, slowly on a downwards decrease, you could say. Like the prices were becoming higher, like the video editors prices and thumbnail designer prices were going up, and the demand for it was going down, as there was so many agencies in the space. And over the months it just became less and less profitable, and it ended up being, you know, a complete fail. So I earned about $20,000 in about 2 months or 3 months doing that, 3.5 months, and I ended that in middle of December, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, around like late December I ended that. So yeah, obviously I earned some pretty good money. I earned around $8,000 profit in those months months in business, so it wasn't anything bad at all. Like seriously, it was good. You know, I learned a lot of stuff from it once again, but it ended up just, you know, I looked at it in the long run and it was just not going to be profitable in the long run at all. Like half my clients had just, you know, gone to different agencies because they're cheaper. My video editors were going on breaks. The prices were going up. It was just a whole big mess. So I eventually just made the decision that I was going to sell it. So I sold it to a guy for $600, which was an absolute steal for him. I regret doing that. Like I really wish I sold it for more than that. But to be honest, I've seen where he is now and the agency isn't even running. So he hasn't really done much with it, to be honest. But you know, with that being said, it was definitely a big learning curve in business. Like I learned so much from it. Like seriously, I do not regret it at all. Like running an agency is truly got to be one of the most stressful things ever. Like I was waking up at, you know, like before school every day, I would quickly pump out a bit of work. After school, I'll pump out work, and I was just working until 1 a.m. every morning, waking up at 6:30 for school and doing work in the morning. It was just, I could not keep up with it. Like I needed to be out of school to do this stuff full time. And over the months, you know, it clearly showed as I was putting less work into it as I was so busy with school and stuff. I just could not run the agency anymore. So I came to the decision to sell it, and yeah, I haven't looked back since. And then pretty much over the New Year's and, you know, so far in January, I've started a new hustle called eBay dropshipping. So essentially what it is where you find products on AliExpress and Alibaba. You search up like what's trending, you go on Google Trends, you just find what's trending on the internet. So for example, if MetaQuest 3 is trending, which it was over the New Year's, you go on AliExpress, Alibaba, those cheap Chinese websites, find the products, search up accessories, list them on eBay and Amazon, and wait for the sales to roll in. Unfortunately, I have not made any sales myself, but I've put over 20 hours or 10 hours into this. I've got 60 plus listings on eBay. I've got a business account, I've got an ABN, I've got everything set up for this. Like over the next couple of months, this should definitely go pretty well for me as I've put tons of time and effort into this. But yeah, so that's just something I'm doing on the side. But the main hustle I'm doing right now is freelance brand scaling. So freelance brand scaling for me is like the new thing, and this is the thing I'm sticking with. Like I've done drop shipping where I've done it, you know, month on with different products, but with this, I am sticking to it. This is what I'm doing. I don't care if it takes me a year to even get my first client. I do not care. I'm gonna stick to this. I swear to God I will. So essentially what freelance brand scaling is where you basically reach out to companies or brands, you know, such as clothing brands or all sorts of different brands that sell a product. Clothing brands are definitely the best as they always have, you know, consistent drops. They have a bunch of, you know, they have a wide range of items. It's just the best thing in my personal opinion to work for as a freelance brand scaler. But what it is essentially you run Facebook ads. So you run meta ads for them. So you create ad campaigns for their new drops, you know, their already existing items and stuff like that. Then you basically run ad campaigns on Instagram and Facebook and basically scale up these brands. And, you know, obviously the main goal of this is to boost their revenue and sales and overall brand exposure. So that's what I'm doing. I've known about this business model for about 3-4 months now. I've always wanted to start it, but I've never just like locked in and actually done it. So obviously in the past week, I've just, you know, gone, you know, I have nothing else to do. It's school holidays. I'm going to lock in with this and get this started. So that's what I did. So over the past week and a half, I've started my own personal brand, which is Scaled by Scoes. And I've already started my Instagram page, my YouTube page, and this is the first video on it, obviously. I've got a 54-page document that I've already written out word by word. I've got a list of over 500 clothing brands that I've got a cold outreach to. I've got my cold outreach script ready. I've networked with a bunch of people. I'm in multiple Discord servers. I'm in a mentorship program. Like I am literally getting this shit on track. I'm making this work. I swear to God, I'm making this work. So yeah, I'm ready to go. I've got everything ready to go. I've been following a bunch of brand scaling creators such as Brez. You guys might know who Brez Scales is. I've been following him on YouTube for about 3 months now, and he's genuinely inspired me to do this. He's what got me into this in the first place. So I followed quite a few creators. I follow like YSL Caitlin. I follow Lil Raspy. I follow Brez. They're all like the main creators of freelance brand scaling, and I have basically taken inspiration from all three of them, and they're pretty much like the reason I've gotten into this business model in the first place. So without them, I wouldn't have started this without them. So yeah, with that being said, you know, freelance brand scaling is the thing I've been working on. It's what this personal brand's all about. It's pretty much what all I'm gonna be doing on YouTube is talking about it and, you know, giving my weekly, monthly updates on the business model and basically informing you guys how I'm going with everything, you know, how many clients I have, how much I'm making revenue profit wise per month, how much I'm making my clients' brands, like the whole lot. Like every month I'm gonna sit down and, you know, for 10-20 minutes and just film a complete update video of like everything I've done, everything I'm working on, and my future plans and everything like that. So make sure to stay tuned, like, subscribe, do whatever you guys want to do. But yeah, I've definitely got some exciting videos coming in the future. Now, something else besides the whole business side of things, I'm broke. Like I am dead broke. Like it might not seem like it, you know, considering I've made over $40,000 for the past couple of years, but I am seriously broke at the moment. I mean, I'm not broke. Like I've got a $7,000 car sitting in the driveway. I've got $6,000 in crypto, but like I'm not touching that crypto money. That is like I'm leaving that in there for years to come. And my car I'm gonna be selling soon. But I recently got into an incident where I was caught speeding very, very, very fast. I was doing 120 kilometers an hour in a 60 zone. So long story short, I lost my license for 9 months. I'm a month into the license loss. But when I lost my license, I had to put my car at a service station overnight as it had to be towed and I couldn't drive it. So I left it there overnight to get towed the next morning. And while it was parked in the service station overnight, my car was broken into and $8,000 worth of stuff was stolen from my car. So that sent me back $8,000 and the fine itself was $3,000, which I haven't actually paid yet. I've still got to pay that. So I've got 6 months to pay that. So that's $11,000 that I've lost pretty much over the span of about 8 hours. So that night was the worst night of my life, and that was the 31st of November 2024. I will forever dread that day. Like that day was literally the worst day of my life. I would not even take $1,000 to go back to that day. That day was just an absolute nightmare. I'm so happy I got past that day because that was genuinely like the worst day of my life. But anyways, besides that, this is what my bank account's looking like. So right now I've got a whopping $87 in my savings and I've got $26.77 in my spending. So it's about a little over $100. Yeah, I am just completely broke. Like it's actually so bad. Like I don't even know how I got to this stage, but you know, look, at the end of the day, there's nothing I can do about it. All I can do is look forward and, you know, put the time and effort in and, you know, dedicate myself to this business model as I really, really, really want freelance brand scaling to work, and I'm gonna make it work. So hopefully this money counter will be changing in the next couple of weeks / months. But yeah, I mean, I guess, you know, only time will tell. Alright, so now with that all out of the way, I'm gonna be talking about my goals for this year. So my goals for 2025. So some of my goals for 2025 are obviously, you know, make business work. My number one objective for this year is to get freelance brand scaling to work. I want to be a full-time freelance brand scaler. I want this to work. I'm going to make it work. I'm going to make it work. Like, mark my word, I'm making this work. So my number one goal for 2025 is to make that work and get my personal brand, you know, off the ground and get a decent following, get a nice community / fan base, as you could say, and just overall get freelance brand scaling to work and my personal brand off the ground. That's my number one goal. So obviously following up with brand scaling, one of my main goals for this year is to actually finish school, as I've already stated earlier. So I want to get school out of the way this year. I want to go decent in my my HSC, which is like my final exams, and get that out of the way and just out of my life. I do not want to think about school anymore, because think about it, if I can put, you know, the 8 hours a day I'm at school into freelance brand scaling and business in general, I'm just going to skyrocket. Like, that's all I need. So once I'm out of school and have the time freedom, I'm going to completely lock in. I'm going to lock in throughout the whole year, but like after school, I'm going to lock in twice as hard, considering I have twice the amount of time to work on it. So another goal I have is to actually move out of home by the end of this year. So I'm turning 18 in August 21st, and I finished school in October. And one of my main goals is to move out of home. Well, like maybe not actually like move out of home, but definitely consider moving out of home and get something sorted for the next year, because like in the next 14 to 18 months, I want to be 100% moved out of home, either living by myself in, you know, an apartment, you know, renting, obviously not buy a house, but like rent, just be living by myself, or be living with some friends and we split the rent. Just one of the two. I want it to happen. Like, I just want to move out of home. I want to move out of my hometown so bad. Look, I love my hometown. I have amazing friends, you know, amazing community and everything. Like, the town I live in is amazing. Like, I could not have asked for a better place to grow up, but I just want to move to somewhere where it has, you know, bigger-minded people. Like most people in my hometown aren't very, you know, they're pretty small-minded people. Like, not many people in my hometown think you can make a living off online business, and that's one of the reasons why I want to move to somewhere like Sydney or like, you know, even America maybe. I'm not sure like that. It's a long shot, but like just somewhere where I'm surrounded by people with the same mindset as me and I can network and just boost everything, you know, like that would just be amazing. Some other goals I have is to, you know, obviously keep going to the gym, you know, keep eating healthy, just keep my life, you know, overall healthy, you know, waking up before 6 a.m, 7 a.m, you know, not sleeping into like 11, 12, like what I've been doing this holidays. I'm not gonna lie, I've been sleeping into almost midday for the past week straight. Like, it is so unhealthy. I've got to get it fixed. Like, tomorrow I'm waking up at 8 and I'm going straight to the gym, and hopefully I can keep up with that routine for the next couple weeks over the holidays. And then obviously as school goes back, I'm gonna be forced to wake up early, but I definitely want to get into the schedule of waking up as early as possible and getting my, you know, biggest tasks out of the way before before midday, you know what I mean? Because waking up early has genuinely got to be one of the best things ever. Like, you just have so much extra time in a day. Like, say I wake up at 8 a.m. tomorrow and then do 3-4 hours of work and go to the gym, you know, and then it's 2 p.m. Like, that would just be the number one goal, considering today I literally woke up at midday and did nothing until 2 p.m. So I would much rather, you know, get pretty much everything out of the way for the day before 2 p.m, 1 p.m, and then have the rest of the day to myself and to work on my other businesses like eBay dropshipping and my personal brand channel and stuff like that. So I definitely want to start waking up early and getting a lot of like the chunk of work, you know, like a lot of the freelance brand scaling work done in the morning. So from like 8 a.m. to like 2 p.m, I want all my freelance brand scaling work done, and then throughout the rest of the day, you know, I chip in and do a bit of work of brand scaling, but mainly I'm just focusing on like my different businesses and my personal brand and stuff like that. So my personal favorite goal for this year, I'm just kidding, but one of my main goals for this year as well is to actually purchase a car I've had in mind for a while. I've wanted this car for months and months on end. Like, I've literally dreamed about this car almost every night. This is the car I want so bad, but I'm obviously in Australia. We have laws behind cars, so you can't drive cars, powerful cars pretty much. It's pretty shitty laws over here. But so the car I want to get before the end of this year, along with my license back, is a BMW 320i M Sport. So that's pretty much been like my dream provisional license car, you could say. Like, not like dream car, but like my dream car for like my age, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's definitely a car I've had in mind for the past couple of months, and I definitely want to accomplish the dream of getting that car before the end of this year, and I will make it happen for sure. 18, 19 grand. I'm gonna add about 5-10 grand with modifications onto the car and just make the car an absolute beast. And yeah, and pretty much when I go buy the car, I'm gonna vlog it. I'm gonna film countless vlogs of me driving the car. You know, I mean, I'll film POV driving videos. I'll do everything. Like, I'm gonna film the whole lot for you guys and document it all on this channel. So as I was mentioning earlier, I do actually have about $6,000 in crypto, and one of my goals for this year is to also, you know, just start investing properly. Like, I'm talking everything, all the income I get, I'm not just gonna be blowing it on like designer clothes. Like, yeah, I'm gonna buy, you know, a decently expensive car, but like, I'm not gonna go buy a bunch of Gucci and all that bullshit. Like, I'm gonna be investing all my money into crypto, like investment stocks, the whole lot. Like, I'm gonna be fully researching investing this year and just getting like on track with that, because in the long run that will make me, you know, financially free, you know, wealthy in 10-20 years from now. So that's definitely something I want to focus on this year. And, you know, obviously having, you know, multiple income streams. Like, I'll love to have my money work for me, my money making me more money than just sitting in a bank account doing nothing, you know what I mean? So having, you know, multiple income streams from businesses to investments, like, that's definitely one of the main goals for this year as well. And the last and final major goal of this year, I have a full list on my phone of like 100 goals, but these are just the main goals for this year. One of my goals for this year, my last goal for this year, I have written down here, is start a mentorship program. I'm not talking like one of those programs, one of those courses where they charge you $5,000 a week to get into. Nothing like that. Like, I'm literally talking about maybe like a Discord server where it's a networking Discord server. I drop, you know, a bunch of free game in there. I'm talking about how to get started with freelance brand scaling, you know, eBay dropshipping, how to start your own personal brand, like tips, tricks, everything. Like, I'm going to go through A to Z, everything you guys need to know about online business and how to get started with like literally anything. And this server will literally be like, you know, a couple of bucks a week, like maybe $5-6 a week. You know, I'm not going to be charging you guys $20 a week to go on the server. Like, it will literally be like maybe $5 to $8 a week to be in this. So I'm thinking of starting like some sort of mentorship program or like a Discord server, you could say, where it's like I charge, you know, $5-10 a week to be in the server, and in the server you'll be able to like network with other like-minded individuals. You'll be able to, you know, learn about online business, get into freelance brand scaling. I'll have channels for every online business, you know, dropshipping, eBay dropshipping, freelance brand scaling, like the whole lot. Like, you know, I'll be having everything, you know, from content creation, video editing. Like, I'll be having literally everything in the server. I'll teach you how to start your own personal brand. I'll teach you how to literally do everything. Like, and this server will be cheap, you know, it'll be no more expensive than a Macca's meal. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not looking to make, you know, like an actual income out of that. It's literally just a bit of a side hustle I was thinking of doing. But I am in one of those servers myself at the moment. I do pay $10 a week to be in it, and when I say it's amazing, like, I mean it. Like, this server is amazing. I've networked with about a dozen, you know, entrepreneurs, you know, people my age, a bit older and a bit younger than me. I've learned so much stuff from this, like, seriously, so much stuff. I've been so happy I joined the server when I did about 2 weeks ago. I've met so many amazing people and everything, and yeah, I'm definitely gonna consider starting something along the lines of that myself. And yeah, we'll see what that happens. I'm not sure yet. We'll see what happens in a couple months. But yeah, when I definitely do, like, you know, actually start printing money with this business model, you know, later in the year, it might even be next year, I don't know. Like, I seriously don't know. But when I do start making a consistent income with this, or online business in general, I'm gonna then, you know, open up a mentorship program like this, because obviously I need some like social proof. Like, once I start making a good income, and then I can open it up, actually share with you guys all my knowledge and everything like that, so you guys can also get started yourself. yourself and feel like you belong somewhere, you know, you just network with people, you know, all sorts of stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to talk about. I got like a little script here of everything I wanted to say, you know, that's everything. So that's pretty much it. I don't know really how to end a video. It's my first ever video talking to a camera, so it's a bit weird, but yeah, that's literally it, guys. Well, appreciate you guys for watching the video, and definitely make sure to like and subscribe and comment whatever you guys want to do. Seriously, I don't mind. It's up to you guys. But yeah, I would really appreciate it if you guys would tune into more videos in the future. And yeah, I'm just trying to build a community, so hopefully in the future we can open up some sort of mentorship group and get this stuff actually going. But yeah, I do appreciate you guys for watching it all the way to the end, and I hope you guys all have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you later.